Okay, here we are back in Legend of Heroes, Trails to Zero, Zero Nagisaki, and we have some quests, some side quests to be specific. So we're currently in the blue pill thing, but we have to find, yeah, that's on hold, Congressman Campbell, who is at his house, and then to the cathedral for Quint. Residential. This is the house of Congressman Campbell, the subject of the request. We have to search for an important person, right? I was surprised at the urgency of the request. Come to think of it, Milady's parents' house is around here, isn't it? Ellie, do you know this Campbell fellow? Just to the degree of socializing with a neighbor, I think. Congressman Campbell is ambitious and focuses on his political activities to the exclusion of all else. I see, he's more or less as I imagined him to be. Well, we have a request. Let's try visiting and asking about him. And now we can finally enter this house. Nothing here. Nothing. We'll talk to them in a sec. Okay, that's the actual talk command. Not see anything I can steal, so let's go ahead and get this. For crying, what a troubling thing she did. But Congressman, if we don't find a way somehow... Excuse me, we'd like to ask about your support request. The police, what's it called section? Thank goodness, I was so desperate I would even grasp at straws. Oh no, wait a moment. If it isn't Miss Ellie from Mayor McDowell's place, why are you with them? It's been a while, Congressman. At present I work for the police. Today I come to visit as a detective. So that's how it is, huh? The mayor's neutral faction, huh? Well, it's not a serious matter. But Congressman, those from the Imperial faction are underhanded. They could sniff this out and... Milady, I guess it's a situation that could turn into a political problem. Talking to Congressman makes me feel uncomfortable. Excuse me, Congressman. You could tell us just talking about it to the extent that you can. Somehow you look to be really troubled. If I remember correctly, the support request was search for an important person. That's right. Actually, there's been some trouble. This time it can't be helped. I'll explain everything. But let me just tell you this. This is a politically connected important matter. Our Republican faction is in a difficult position. Absolutely do not tell this incident to others. Understood, we promise. We swear to not do anything to disadvantage you, Congressman. Alright, then I'll tell you. Actually, a certain character from our Republican faction has disappeared. Disappeared? It's my daughter. It seems she's run away from home with the maid. He was putting on airs and then it's a runaway daughter? Your daughter, Miss Carla? I was with her at Sunday school. Was that so? The Congressman and the young miss have not too good of a relationship. Normally it's a sort of never-ending quarrels relationship, but now is a bad period. It seems the Hayway, our backers, were raided this morning. We have our hands full dealing with it. That foolish daughter of mine. At a busy time like this, I want to leave her alone, but recently it seems the Mafia disputes have become violent. For those two to be wandering about, it could be dangerous. I see. As expected, you're worried for your daughter's future. And if this became public, it would likely become attack material for the Imperial faction. With the Congress being still at a close contest, I want to avoid a scandal if at all possible. Folks, I want you to bring back my daughter confidentially. In the end, it seems he wants to save face. That's how the big shots think. I imagine this, but I'm sure he's worried. The possibility of getting involved in an incident isn't low. That's right. Understood. We will search for your daughter. Thank goodness. Bring her back immediately. We can't promise you that, but we will locate your daughter and provide her safety. Can't be helped. Whatever will be, will be. Proceed like that. Seems the young miss left a note in her room. If you're going to search, I could give you some clues. Understood. Allow us to take a look. The congressional rules are strict. For example, breakfast shall always be eaten together. Stuff like that. Though I say to the young miss to observe that, she doesn't seem to like that. Is that so? The discord between them may be the cause. Anyhow, the young miss showed up at this morning's breakfast. I know it because I had no doubts with them too. No doubts. Today with the Congress and the Hayway incident, there's been some confusion since this morning, but having business in the afternoon, I've returned for now. However, no matter how many times I call, my daughter and my maid won't come. Thinking it was strange, I found they left a note. He's normally arrogant. Based on the situation, it seems he doesn't have a clue about his daughter's whereabouts. So now we can read this. Seems she left a note in her notebook. Let's see. I've had enough, Father. Feel free to do as you like. I will do as I like to. Carla. P.S. The maid is with me too. If it troubles you that you cannot have meals prepared, then that's just fine. What to say? The father is who he is, but the daughter seems selfish too. Congressman Campbell is the type that thinks little of his family. Now that you mention it, she often complained about her father a long time ago too. I don't find it strange for her to have run away from home if something triggered it. But as for where to start looking, it doesn't seem to be written. We only know that the person in question ran away from home by her own volition. Based on the letter, we can assume that she... Like, for this type of thing, normally I would say that... If not for the whole Hayway raid, I would definitely say planned, but due to this... This is... Yeah. This one is not so clear-cut. I'm gonna guess because of the raid, she just bolted. It may have been relatively unexpected. As Ellie said, something could have triggered it. And she ran away from home in anger, didn't she? I see, it seems that way. If it was planned, the letter would have been written with more resentment. I wonder when she ran away from home. I hope she hasn't gone far, but... That's right, we'll start with what the congressmen were talking about before. So, it was this morning when they didn't... Or, she showed up for breakfast and then she disappeared, wasn't it? Yeah, she was here at breakfast, but she wasn't here in the afternoon. Seems there's a mistake. She left this morning. Seems we can still catch up with her. The problem is where she went. Should we ask people with whom she's friends with? No, that would take too much time. And thinking about the situation, I think there's a place she would certainly stop by. She suddenly decided to leave home and she just left this morning. A likely place she could stop by is... If she took the maid with her, she has to pay the maid. The IBC, isn't it? I see, so if that's the case, then she went to secure funds for running from home, huh? In a way, that's the conventional route for this type of thing, isn't it? If she suddenly ran away, her possessions must be meager. That's certainly a possibility. Then let's go to the IBC. She may still be there. As fast as possible. Okay, off to mains. This is definitely one of those Naked Gun moments where we won't rest until we find the culprit. Now it's time for lunch. So I want to trigger this one in case I have to run around all over the damn place. Okay, where's the cadre at? People fighting people is such a sad thing. When organizations or countries fight each other, inevitably there will be those swallowed up by it. Like the Queen of the World proposed the Non-Aggression Pact. I wish they thought of resolving things without fighting. He's in here, isn't he? Excuse us, are you Mr. Quint? The police, huh? That's right. We're from the Special Support Section who have accepted your request. The work I want all you to do is to collect 3 kinds of flowers for an offering. Can you begin right away? Sure. We accept? Very well then. So if we're getting straight to the point, I'll tell you the 3 kinds of flowers I want you to collect. Is your notebook ready? Yes. Worst come to worst, I'm recording, so I can just rewind. Tio, if you please. Roger. First is the Lavas flower. They bloom on West Crossbell Highway in the vicinity of the Police Academy. Second is the Requiem flower. Tally's General Store on West Street deals in them. Last is the Fennel flower. They bloom outside Crossbell City's East Gate at the foot of the lookout platform. Maybe similar flowers blooming nearby. Take care not to overlook them. Once you gather them all, I want you to bring them to me. I've recorded locations. By the way, why these 3 varieties? In Crossbell State, the colors yellow, blue, and white represent repose of the soul. It's tradition in Crossbell to make a bouquet of flowers of these colors and offer it at the funeral of the deceased. Whoa, you're talking about that flower language thing? I think it's a slightly different matter. If pushed, I'd say that maybe they resemble the local colors of Crossbell. Now that I think about it, a 3-color bouquet was offered at my brother's funeral too, wasn't it? What's wrong? Why is it silent? Well, you know, I was only a little dejected by just off the boat youths. For that motive, I can tell things are going to be hard going for you. Sorry, I'm not from Crossbell, you see. Whatever. I've told you what the job is, begin at once. Understood. Okay, so we need to go Tallies, Eastgate, Westgate. We'll hit Tallies on the way to the West Gate, I'd say. So I'm going to call it now. He doesn't have them in stock, and we have to go find them somewhere else. Let's see. He's on West Street. Tally man, make with the flowers. Welcome to Tally's shop. Are you looking for something? We're looking for a flower called Raccoon. Perhaps were you asked by Mr. Quint? Yes, we were. Did he tell you? Yes. Well, he's almost the only person who buys those flowers here. And then some devout persons. Wait a moment, I'm sure there was some stock to the counter. Thought we were stuck to pay for him. Because he didn't give us Mira, I was a bit worried. He was a firm old man and seemed not the type to do such a thing. Even so, I think it would have been better if he had told us a little more. That's right, he only told us the general place for a flower. Is something wrong? I'm sorry, but it looks like I ran out of stock for that flower. I see. Oh boy. I'm really sorry. Could you wait for a bit? I'll ask the bracers and have them pick some for me. I see. Normally you ask the bracers. Lloyd, since we're here, why don't we go pick the flowers? That's right, we can't lose to the bracers. Agreed. Yeah, I was just thinking the same. Even for job efficiency, that would be better than waiting for the bracers. Excuse me, where do the raccoon flowers bloom? Are you planning to go yourselves? Raccoon flowers bloom on the edge of the Maine's mountain road. Great, just the place I came from. I think they're midway of the branch road which leads to the ruins from the mountain road tunnel. I see, understood. We'll search for them there. Sorry, please apologize to Mr. Quinn for me later, too. So I'll worry about those later. Actually, no, we can get to the West Highway from here. Here, I thought they were going to make me walk like a chump. So it's near the police academy. Dumplings. Oh great, that stupid Hydra thing is here. There's gonna be another one over here. Is that it? Got the Lavas flower. Yellow flower. It's no mistake that seems like a Lavas flower. Because it blooms in a place like this, it's hard for the citizens to come pick them, right? It's in front of the police academy. Because the places these flowers thrive are scattered from the start, it was a pretty difficult quest to gather a 3-color bouquet. That's why for a normal grave visit, the trend changed to offer only one of the flowers. Usually a 3-color bouquet is appropriate for a funeral service. Wow, really? Even traditions become rational little by little. I guess that happens often. So now we need to slip past the Hydra over here again to get to the bus stop, and then we can go to the other one. Damn you. Crossbell City West exit, because the other one's at Tangram Gate or something, wasn't it? I'll look once we're in town. East Crossbell Highway, lookout platform. So it's actually right here, isn't it? I'm assuming right over there. I don't think there are any of the new monsters over here. Now that I think about it, level 33, I could probably fight more of those chess monsters if I find them. I don't know what all I have and haven't killed yet. Nothing here. Mine too? Just lying on the ground? What? Fennel flower. White flower. Fennel flower, wasn't it? This place is close to Crossbell, and it seems there's quite a few people who come to pick them. If this is the place, I don't think such strong monsters will come out. Even so, there's a mistake that they threaten the elderly and children. You're right. Shall we go? Smash! That Mine 2 thing has to be an ultra rare type of thing. Sad part is I don't need any more mine ports, so even if I wanted to trade in my 2s for a 3, I don't have anyone to use it. I don't think we actually get to keep any characters outside of these 4 in this game, but other ones unlock in the next one, like Dudley and, maybe Lazy and the other dude? I forgot his name. Leader of the Vipers. Join the blank. Still drawing a blank. Like I can see his face, but ugh. These both suck. This one's a little less worse than the others. So what's bad here is those freaking moles are out. So I'm a little hesitant to move in case you're wondering. Gosh. There it is. The hell? Why is it running? Well, I'm not gonna be the one to look a gift horse in the mouth. Should be one more, I think. No, this is too new. Yeah, one more. And that one did not run from me. Yeah, I didn't think they'd run. Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So it should be right there by the Moon Temple, I think. Just to double check. Flowers are beyond the crossroad towards the main mountain path rooms. Crud. What really sucks is there's one right over here. And there's another one down here. I knew there was something down here, so I was swinging wildly as I went down. Now, I don't know if there's anything out here. Did not mean to fight this. We're gonna splatter this thing so fast anyway. I'm probably just gonna leave the fight in. Sadly, I wasn't really paying attention to what she said to translate for you guys. 1 EXP. Got a monster carapace. I haven't found any use for those. I don't know if they're a cooking thing or what. Yeah, they're worth so much more if you splatter them. 10 Earth, man. Raccoon flower. Blue flower. This is a raccoon flower, isn't it? Took us such a long time. I know, right? If not even one flower had been here, it would have been a total vain effort. Now, the flower is here, so isn't this alright? Exactly right. Shall we get going? So we're 20 minutes in. So far, so good. You guys got a little bit of combat, even though calling that combat's a little generous. I mean, that was more like an execution. At best, like some sort of posse beatdown type of thing. There it is. In case you're wondering, I swing at the blind spots just in case something's there, like that. So I swung at him just to daze him a bit. We can sneak past this one completely undetected. And we're almost home clear. We just have to get back to mains. Just like to emphasize, the moles freaking suck. Do not fight them. Fight them once to get their their monster book entry, but then you're done. If you need to grind game materials, the bulls are infinitely better. Okay, we lucked out. Okay, that was really close. What was worse is I didn't get to stun him or anything when I swung the tonfas. But we lived to suck another day. Crossbell City, if you please. Just think, we're almost at the point where we have to do all this all over again. It's probably going to take me a month. Minimum. Ultimately, I just want to get them done before Cold Steel 3 is out, so if you guys need something, you can reference these videos. Mr. Quint, we're back. That was pretty quick. Did you gather the flowers? Yes, please check them. Lavas handed over, Raccoon handed over, Fennel flower handed over. These are the ones, alright. It seems you gathered all of them. Good work, ladies and gentlemen, the special support section. No, a request is a request, you see. That was harder than I thought. It also happened they were out at the general store. We got them somehow, didn't we? Sir, may we ask you something? What is it? As for recent customs, it's rare outside of a funeral to gather these flowers. Why do you need them this time? Well, it's certainly true there's no funeral this time. Since I have them with me, I'll go offer the flowers now. Everyone come with me, too. I'll tell you the reason then. What does he mean? Beats me. I don't really get it, but anyway, we should go. Saya McLean sleeps here. She was 24. This grave is... It's Arios' wife? This is the next one. This one's so horribly faded we can only see at the very bottom, sleeps here. And what's worse is those dots aren't actually like indicators exactly, because here would be just 2 dots, sleeps would actually have 4 dots there, and then the dates are all horribly mangled. It's terribly worn down, you can hardly see the name at all. So he knew this person? Next one's the last. That one should need no names. This is... Guy Banning sleeps here. He was 25. It also looks like it happened the year after or 2 years after Arios' wife died. Could it be that this is Lloyd's older brothers? The reason I asked you for flowers of 3 colors, that was to give them to Guy Bannings, and to the other people who were precious to him. They are the graves of precious friends, and it's only natural to show funerals and the like the utmost respect, right? Sir, did you know Guy Bannings? I knew of him. There's no way I could forget. When he was alive, Guy often visited the Gravekeeper's cabin. We often drank together, too. For me, without a family, you don't know how many times he saved my heart and mind. Is that so? I feel like I understand. Accordingly, at the time of his funeral, I felt like I was torn apart. Lloyd, was it? You're Guy's younger brother, right? You know about me? I saw you at Guy's funeral, you see. I saw your photo in Crossbell Times 4 months ago and remembered you. Though your faces do not resemble each other, looking at you like this, I see the resemblance. I can't hold a candle to him yet, though. Lloyd. This time there was another reason I submitted such a troublesome request. I wanted to ascertain with my own eyes whether all of you, Guy's juniors, have grown. Did we pass? Though you complete the job, you're all rough around the edges, and it's hard to say you're full-fledged. No hesitation at all, huh? But you young ones have a future. Someday you will catch up with Guy, and you may be able to overtake him. When that happens, come here and pay me a visit. Just like I did with Guy in the past, I'll share a drink with you. Alright, we will. I'm looking forward to it. Lloyd, your older brother is alive in many people, isn't he? Indeed. Within me as well. As for catching up to him, it's an objective that seems like it's gonna take quite a bit of time. In a way, it could be a considerably greater wall than the Mafia or those corrupted systems, huh? I think so too. Even so, someday I'll have to surpass him. Seems I talked too long. It's time to head back inside. Thanks to you guys, I was able to visit the grave of my precious friends. Truly, thank you. I'll contact you if I need your help again. Yes, we'll be waiting. Goodbye, then. Thanks to you guys, I was able to visit the grave of my precious friends. Truly, thank you. I'll contact you again if I need your help. Now we have to do our little VIP hunt, right? To the bank. So I'm assuming we just have to talk to the teller in front. If not, that's gonna suck. There's a report that a shooting incident occurred in the waterfront area, so it seems like there's quarreling among the Mafia. There are more guards than usual today. Ah, we get seen as soon as we walk through the door. Now then, we've come to the IBC. As always, it feels like they're running some super huge facility. The congressman's daughter that ran away from home probably stopped by here, but let's ask at the reception desk. Yes, let's ask Miss Lan Fei. My, Miss Ellie, do you need something? Yes, Miss Lan Fei, I just want to ask you something. I wonder if a person called Miss Carla stopped by here today. Didn't they spell her name with a K earlier? I think she was with one of her maids, but... Miss Carla, yes, she came by earlier. She had urgent business saying she wanted to meet with Miss Maria Bell. With Bell? Since Maria Bell gave her consent, I directed her to the top floor, although she stopped by about an hour ago. Then, may we ask Miss Maria Bell the details? The truth is, this is related to an investigation. Yes, if it is now, I think it will be alright. I think she's in the president's room. Thank you very much. Alright, shall we go? Let's go to the basement. Oh boy. It's freaking hot out, give me a break. It was 99 degrees, believe it or not, in September. That is counting humidity, by the way. Not counting direct sunlight, which would have pushed it over 100. Good grief, thanks to those Ravash, I'm in continuous meetings. Though it seems the raid's influence on stock prices was held back somehow. I Almost makes me want to demand reparations later. Troubled as ever, I see. Since my father's way, of all things, this has to happen. By the way, Ellie, do you need something? Although it doesn't look like it's personal. Yes, there's something I want to ask you, Belle. Today, Miss Carla, there she goes again with the K, should have come here, but... Miss Carla. That's right, she came to visit just now. I'm more or less acquainted with the girl due to high society. Today she said it was an emergency. She came to speak to me directly and went to withdrew all of her fixed deposit. I thought it might be that. But why did she go through you again? The reception desk should have been sufficient, but... It was because of the amount. Under usual circumstances, papers are needed, but today it was inevitable. As you might expect, I won't reveal the exact amount, but they were many hundreds of thousands of Mira. That's a lot of money. As a matter of fact, Miss Carla is running away from home. We're chasing after her. Belle, do you have any idea where she might be? My, so that's what it is. From the amount, I think it's a foreign country. I don't believe this. I just wonder where she's headed. Now that you mention it, she faced her maid and said they were going to sightsee in Gransel, so that means the airport. It seems she even asked her to make a hotel reservation. Gransel, that's the capital of the Liberl Kingdom, isn't it? She's headed for Liberl. If that's the case, then the airport. We should still be in time for the international flights. Let's contact the receptionist. Yes, let's hurry, everyone. I'm sorry we bothered you, and thank you for your cooperation. Later, Belle. Sure. Good grief, I'm busy. So if they didn't outright tell you the airport, I know that because from Sky, they... Like, you learn that all the various places seem to have different modes of transportation, I assume. Crap, what's the one place? I actually think I was supposed to go south. Calvert. I think Calvert has cars, Erebony has trains, and Liberl has aircraft. A one-day business trip to Roma Fury is, as I expected, tiresome. Alright, my wife's waiting at home. I wanted to quickly return and then take it easy. Damn, I wanted to have fun in Crossbell a little longer. Foul-mouthed kid. Here, hurry and stamp it. If I don't finish checking in, I'll miss my flight. Excuse us, do you have a moment? We have an urgent inquiry, you see. My, whatever could it be? A person by the name of Carla Campbell should have boarded the regular flight to Liberl. We were wondering if the boarding is finished. Carla Campbell, you say? Please wait a moment. I'm terribly sorry, but no one by that name is... Are you sure? That's strange. It should have been this flight, but... I mean, there's only one flight to Liberl, right? Yes, and it hasn't departed yet, so... As expected? You are pleased, correct? If I remember correctly, you're Miss Marcia of Congressman Campbell's household. Is it possible you're the maid who ran away from home with the young miss? Yes, that's right. The young miss is not going to Liberl. That was a rumor she spread to confuse the master. In truth, she plans to live at the home of an acquaintance in the Republic, you see. The Republic? Damn, it was the train, huh? If you hurry, you'll make it in time. Sorry, she made a mess of things. If possible, please bring the young miss back for me. In truth, the young miss does not want to part with Crossbell. So there's some reasons behind it. Alright, let's go. We'll bring her back right away. She's headed for the Republic. The train will be leaving soon. Alright, let's hurry. So I guess Calvert has a rail system or something. Thanks, you were a big help. Miss Marcia, I was wondering if you could speak with Congressman Campbell for us. We'll bring her back somehow. Yes, I leave the young miss in your care. And while that's going on, she successfully boarded her plane using an alias. During the 100 Days War of 10-odd years ago, the Empire and Republic are at war, right? Since even the railway was halted, travelers who go to Crossbell all become forced to stay. Now, something like that doesn't happen, but the system has been fully revised. The Republic-bound train is going to leave soon from platform number 1. If you have to board, please hurry or wait for the next train. Oh, you can buy the times here. Number 1 line, train bound for the Empire departing. Guests seeing off others, please fall back to the center of the platform. Hey, isn't that the train the Congressman's daughter is riding? There's still time. Let's board just like this. But they said Empire, not Republic, right? Yeah, I don't really recognize the landscapes to know if they're going the right way or not. We arrived barely in time. I wonder if the inspection procedure went good. Police on an investigation should be able to board trains during emergencies. There's no need to concern for that. However, the problem is what to do from now on. Weren't we trying to convince Miss Carla? Well, you know, we can't ride on it forever, right? We still have to bring that drug to St. Ursula College. You're right. However, coming this far and giving up. The next stop is Altair City at the western edge of the Republic. We should arrive in 30 minutes. Let's not give up until then and try persuading her to go back home. Got it, let's do it like that. Hope she'll listen to us. Since I took a vacation, I'm returning to my home in Altair City. My wife and child are waiting. I'm looking forward to it. Don't be too lively. Please behave yourself. That's great. That inspection officer is staring at everyone. Even though I know it's normal, it still makes me angry. He's sleeping on the job. A long cherished railroad trip. I really have to take a picture of it. You sure are impatient. We still have a long way to go before we reach the Republic's capital, so you should relax a bit. I'm really looking forward to this girls-only trip. It won't be fun at all going with my husband. When you talk about the Republic's attractions, of course you talk about the gourmet food, and of course the hot springs. This place sure is a bit gloomy. It makes it too hard to read peacefully. I should probably move to a window seat. Oh, that's her. It's Miss Carla. We finally found her. Let's try persuading her to go back home. I don't know if she'll listen to reason. I'm really looking forward to seeing Grandfather's hometown. I heard it has really large farmlands. My fatherland is the Ord State. It's the place I'm taking my grandchild with me to. I love those. No way. Okay, cover boys. Don't tell me that Marcia missed the train. Then I'll be alone. Will I be alright? Long time no see, Miss Carla. Miss Ellie. What a coincidence to meet you here. Are those your friends? Do you have something to do with them in the Republic? You see, how should I start talking? We're here to drag you back kicking and screaming. Yes, I thought to go see the Republic National Orchestra with everyone. Then we can all stay together until we arrive at the Republic capital. I'm glad. I was feeling a bit disheartened. You know, for some reason now I'm alone and... Alright, seems somehow we can talk. What's the reason? Well, although Father selfishly orders around and decides these are those rules, he doesn't respect them himself. And this morning was a perfect example. I'll never forget what he did. What he did? What did he ever... After breakfast, he came inside my room without knocking. Just that. It's not only just that. What if I was changing? Moreover, it's Father, the one who's always saying to knock. And though he severely complains if I don't do that. This morning, he calmly entered in and said to do this during the morning and go to a dinner party in the evening, and every single small detail of my private life, he does nothing but... I really understand how she feels, but this is nothing more or less than a father-daughter misunderstanding. How to go with this? Lock your door. Great advice. Sad part is this one of those things where you need to go against logic, I have a feeling. Then your father is to blame. I sympathize with you, stupid. You think so too, right? I made the right choice to run from home today. But it's the first time I'm leaving Crossbell. I decided to carry this out because Marcia said she'd be coming with me. I understand the general situation, but looks like she's still wavering. She's not a strong person at heart to begin with. Though she suddenly ran out of the house like that, she's probably beginning to feel more and more uneasy. I see, then with just another push. Yeah, the maid bailed. By the way, I've been thinking why I haven't seen Marcia. That girl has betrayed me, right? Unforgivable, even though I ordered her not to tell anyone. Please calm down, Miss Carla. It's true that Miss Marcia told us about the situation, but that's because she's worried about your safety. Miss Carla doesn't really want to leave Crossbell, that's what she said. Marcia, she really said that? I leave the young miss in your care, she said to us before we came. I think you should at least talk it over with your dad once. Instead of hiding yourself, won't you also feel better if you just say it outright? You're right. I thought that no one's on my side. But if there's Marcia and everyone, I probably don't mind returning. Everyone, can you stay with me a little longer and listen to my complaints? No. I need to think about what I'm going to say to Father starting now. That's right. We're almost at Altair City, but there's still the return train. If you're okay with us, we'll gladly accompany you. Lloyd and the others transferred in Altair City for the return trip. 30 minutes later... By now, I imagine Randy lost his patience and duct taped her mouth shut. If he did that, I think this would be definitely worth a ton of DP. Or an absurd amount of Mira, one of the two. I'd prefer the DP, though. We're finally back. Between a thing and another, it took a long time. I caused you trouble. Truly, thank you very much for listening to what I have to say. Please don't worry about it. If it's a consultation, we'll undertake it as much as you like. If something happens again, please rely on the support section. Okay. Sounds like a sales pitch, Lloyd. Ah. Stupid girl worrying me at a time like this. What about you, Father? Rather than coming yourself to convince me, you sent someone. Excuse me, young lady. I'm sorry, I did something offensive. Good grief, I'm mad at you too, Marcia. I'm sorry. But you see, I'm thankful. Will you stay by my side again for me? Yes, I'd be glad to. Thank goodness, with this I made up my mind. Father, I have a request. Before you enter my room, please knock. Absolutely. And hereafter, absolutely don't intrude into my private life. If you won't, I will run away from home starting now. Well, fine. Stay at home and well behave for a while. Are you honoring my request? Are you refusing it? I don't want to be worried or I don't want to be worried or such strife to happen again. I'll honor my promise. So you guys are the something or other section, huh? For the time being, allow me to thank you for safely bringing my daughter home. However, while I remember this, not a word of this to anyone. Do you understand? Of course. Please rest easy on that point. Good then. Carla, we're going. You don't have to tell me. Miss Ellie, everyone, until we meet again. Everyone, truly, thank you very much. Please drop by the house again. We will welcome you. They bowed deeply. I guess that was settled peacefully. Though it took a lot of time, I feel like we helped someone. From what we saw, it seems they'll be alright. Thank goodness. That's right, I prayed it would go well. Then Lloyd, we should get going. There's still work remaining that we need to finish up. You're right. Alright then, shall we finish them up? Complete. Anyone else out here? Wonder if that goes anywhere. You. Did you just get back from the Republic? I too, even if it's just once, want to try taking a trip there. This didn't feel like a trip, though. You're at the Special Support Section. Inspection Officer, it's been a while. Thank you for the other time. I'm currently going to perform a scheduled inspection at Platform Number 2. You were going to the Republic too, right? Yes, it's work-related. Good, very good. Working with the utmost efforts, what's important? Do your best, yada yada. Thought you set out to the Republic before. Do you travel frequently? After I ended up used to trains, it often happens I get bored during journeys. In those moments, it's good to read a book. That's right, it's a book I finished reading. If you like, I'll give it to you. What? So this is what we just got, even though it didn't display correctly. I didn't realize I had the City Mishi. You can actually discard it. Well, we need to go plant... Whoa, 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 turn around. Back in there, back in there. Bracers. But still, Reinford heavy machine guns? Being able to obtain such powerful equipment not even provided to the Guardian Force, Ravache is really eerie. Didn't you come out from the Republic Region platform? Going abroad on a day trip? You're busy too. Being a bit related to a support request, we didn't have a choice. More importantly, have there been developments about that raid incident? You see, it appears that somehow a little while ago, alarming things were smuggled in from the Empire region. Alarming things? Reinford manufactured heavy machine guns that were used in yesterday's raid, you see. It looks like Ravache had been carefully preparing for a long time. The same heavy machine guns, huh? Despite having prepared carefully, in the end they were driven away by the Hayway. Yes, you're right. Last night's raid incident was strangely of poor quality. We must investigate, taking into consideration the strangeness, too. Okay, Special Sports section. We'll talk to them on our way down. It should be fine here. It's a City Mishi. There's a wall Mishi. You can actually sleep in her bed. What? Everyone, are you going out again? Yeah, we're going. We'll be back by evening. Should we buy a souvenir for you? You don't have to. I'm just fine with you guys coming back safely. Huh. Her smile is piercing through me. The brutal atmosphere has ended up scaring away at once. As long as I'm here, this place's defenses are perfect, he says. You're a real helper. We have to bring in bony chops or something every now and then. But now the moment of truth, folks. When we get to cash in these two requests. So the VIP gave us 12 DP, but only a measly 2,000 mirror. And then flower collecting only had 3 because there were 3 flowers. Oh, we got a promotion. Strega P boots. Class 3. Lloyd, you did it. I'll deliver even special items to you directly, hard work, yada yada. So let's go put these boots on and take a walk, shall we? Wow. Well, she's going from Strega Sigmas to Strega Ps. Let's break in these boots, shall we? Where can we go for a nice walk? I know. Let's show off our new boots in the bad side of town. Hey Imelda, check these suckers out. Madam Imelda is speaking at the receiver under the counter. What? Don't jest. I found a buyer a long time ago. It's ready, right? Then send it over at once. Damn, that old man, he hung up on me. I'm assuming it's supposed to be hung up. Good morning, Mrs. Imelda. Did something happen? It's you guys. You see, an eccentric old man I know has started spouting some nonsense. This is too good a chance the goddess sent. Yes, right, let's do it like this. Somehow I've got a bad feeling. I think it's not a feeling, but a certainty. Are you free now? I see you are. That's good to hear. No, we have somewhere we have to go now. I bet it's not an urgent job anyway, eh? After all, you showed up in such a place. Well, it's as you say. Do you perhaps have a request for us, Triple S? As expected from McDonald's granddaughter, you're a good mind reader. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Of course, I'll have prepared some kind of compensation. No, that's not the problem. This sounds clearly illegal. That's the problem. Alright, please tell us. Alright. What I want you to ask you is to receive a doll and take it here. A doll? Don't tell me you mean... Yes, it's a doll from the Rosenberg studio on the outskirts of the mountain path to the north. Naturally, it's not a fake like the one at the auction. It's a genuine, freshly made new Rosenberg doll. And hey now, don't those go for several tens of thousands of Mira? They're dolls with a price that matches the average annual income of a Crossbell citizen. Yes, well, I have a contract as a sales agent for the dolls made over there. The problem is the studio's Meister, an eccentric old man who hates people. I went to great pains to find a buyer for his newest doll, and yet he starts complaining now. I don't think this is a problem we can do anything about. We can at least carry it somehow, but... However, why is the studio's Meister suddenly against selling it? The buyer is a little problematic. Actually, he's a broker with a bad fame of reselling at unfair high prices rare works of art. Likely that's what the old man doesn't like. As the creator, it's no wonder he doesn't like it. Isn't it too difficult for us? What are you saying? Youngsters these days are slobbing. Although you look like that, I'm hiring your services here. I'm sure you'll be able to open that eccentric old man's mind and safely get his new doll. However, the doll studio? I'm also worried about Ren. I was also worried about Kaya's involvement. We also have other duties to perform, so I can't make you a firm promise, but if you're fine with that, we will accept your request. It's fine. At any rate, I leave everything to you. Why did we have to go break in these new shoes? Curse you, Stragas! Curse you! We've come by this bus stop too much in this one video already. So I'm going to state it now, we're not showing off any more footwear for the remainder of this series. You guys are going to have to make do with these Strega Ps. I'm kind of hoping there's none of these new monsters out here. So far, so good. Hey, old man, we're here for your stash. Fork it over. As usual, there's no sign of anyone, but... seems Mrs. Imelda was keeping in contact with her. Ren should be staying here, right? Though it's faint, I sense a presence within the building. I don't know if it's the presence of a person or not, though. Even Tio doesn't know, huh? Lloyd, if what Estelle and Joshua told us earlier about the society is true, then... yeah, I thought so too. That this studio has something to do with the society, right? I guess. We could think about that possibility, although since it was quite an absurd story, I didn't quickly realize it. Looking at Ren, it seems real, though. I see, so you're the young officers Ren was talking about, huh? So is he the Anguisse? What? Where is this voice coming from? Somehow it seems you were asked to come here by Imelda, but... unfortunately my work isn't something cheap to be trifled with by the likes of a broker. Get away from here at once. Well? If you tell us that, we can't do anything. I don't know what to say. Still, you came all the way to such a place, turning you away at the door would be unsatisfactory. There's also the fact I'm in debt with you for helping out Ren, so I'll have to give you a chance. A chance, you say? What do you... I was just thinking I'd test your strength. The gate's unlocked. If you feel like it, open the door and enter. However, are you prepared? What should we do? Seems certain that if we open the door, something will happen. Don't tell me there's a booby trap or something buried. It's possible that's something even nastier. Open the door. So is this the Anguisse of space, I wonder? Everyone. At least they're not weeping angels. What? An angel and a monster? Hey, this is a little too unexpected, right? Here they come.
かかってきなさい。任せて。
So what really sucks about this one, there's more than one thing, sadly. These guys will blow up at the end and it's just game over. You can't survive it. So you're kind of like racing the clock, but you're not racing the clock because you can't do crap, so make of it what you will. Can't delay them. I have no CP because when you lose this, they kick you back with this. So right here, we're just doing the grand finger cross strategy. That they're not going to confuse me like they can, they're not going to do their numerous impede abilities like that. I don't know if that one's in range. You don't really want guys to get close here.
ありがとう。私の番ね。はあ。さてと。
So hopefully you can see where the challenge is in this one, and I use challenge kind of liberally.
行くぜ。
Let's have him use this on himself.
Yes.
The whole success here comes down to one question. Can you cast spells? If you can, then the angels become significantly easier to deal with. But if they choose to just go out there and impede you every single time, they are more than fast enough to make sure you never get anything done. And then it's not only the angels you have to worry about, it's the confusion that the mirrors themselves can inflict. They themselves are immune to everything other than earth and higher elements, so we can finish this one off. And that should be all, unless they interrupt me. The first time I did this, Lloyd was perma-confused, so I was down technically another character. Angels are immune to status effects, so you can't exactly delay them or anything. You just have to, once again, revert to the great finger crossing strategy. And right there is Randy getting confused. That's what I meant by they can perma-confuse you.
Yes.
In the event it survives this, we'll finish it off with something else. Two Zerum powders. These are springs and gears? And it seems they were dolls. Hey now, what kind of dolls? Well, so that's all you got, huh? That could be an anguisse, just so you guys know. My name is Jorg, the Rosenberg doll maker. And you are the youngsters of the Special Support Section, I presume? Yes. Did you hear about us from Ren, and that's the wrong here? Even without that kid telling me, such kind of information reached the ears of a recluse like me, too. It wasn't very entertaining, but a promise is a promise. Take it. New doll trunk. Thank you. You're giving it to us quite readily, aren't you? Every doll has its own destiny. It can also happen to meet by chance someone who has got to absolutely take it to hand it over to a lowly broker. Same with people, everything is a quirk of the goddess. I see. It helps us a lot if you say it like that. More importantly, what in the world were those angel and monsters just now? As expected, Ren is one of the society. Detective Bannings, do you have time to worry about things like that? What? I'm a simple doll maker, nothing more, nothing less. Now, there are many problems going around this land you're confronting. You can't involve yourself directly with all of them. And yet what I hear is that you intend to peer into a bottomless abyss. Well, same for Ren. As for the destiny surrounding that child, it is not the case that it tangles directly with yours. Before you concern too much with her, isn't there someone else on your mind? Ah, Kea, right? It's the case that one of your dolls had to be on display as an exhibit, but looks like you already know that. Old man, might you know something about Kiddo? As I told you before, every doll has its own destiny. It could be that a doll I made had led a that's the wrong lead. It could be that a doll I made led a checkered destiny, came alive and became human. What? As far as I've learned, no dolls with her features have been made. It's likely someone's simply using the Rosenberg name. That was a bad joke. Then you really don't know anything about Kea? At least, I do not know how she became involved in the auction. It should be the same with Ren. Is that so? I thought you might have had some clue for us, but now that you mention it, is Ren inside? No, she just went out. She's a fickle kid. Even if you come to see her, it's useless. Excuse us. That's all I have to say. Take that doll and return to Imelda right away. Tell her to deposit the payment in the usual account. The Society of Robros, huh? Though I don't know if that old man has a role in it or not, it seems like they're an unthinkable lot. Those dolls just now, even for the Epstein Foundation, it's impossible to make them like that. And it seems Liberal ZCF only has begun to research them, but the Rosenberg studio, to think it was this mysterious a place. Certainly, it might be too much to handle for us right now. That's right. Anyhow, let's deliver this trunk to the antique shop. Mrs. Imelda's waiting for us. You said it, man. So if you didn't see the proper Cold Steel 2 video where I came up with my theory, there's 7 anguisse, 1 for each element. Weissman was the Mirage user, Vita is the water user. I know the anguisse for this game is the space user. I don't believe they ever told you the exact number, but that's my theory, just based on what their numbers could be associated with. Anyway, we'll make the drop and that'll be the video. Didn't mean to walk into this, but it's this thing's funeral. Wow, Randy, you couldn't one-shot that thing? Poor Rock Rat. Yes, the Petrify was overkill. Bus stop's right here. Crossbell North. But yeah, I just want to stress that fight has a very strong luck element to it. Sadly, it all comes down to if the angels can get close enough to perma-impede your casters, you'll never get a single spell off just because they're faster than you by a significant margin. You're basically down down 2 characters minimum. And then if you happen to not have confused protection, it gets worse. And that trunk is... we got from Mr. York for the time being. Please confirm the contents. It really is York's new doll. You did well in persuading him. I don't know if we persuaded him or if he was struck by our determination. However, it's a splendid doll like all those he makes. I saw some at a friend's place, but it takes your breath away. It truly is a work of art. However, I really thought it's got the same size as Kea. That sweet little miss you brought here before, eh? It's true that there are even Rosenberg dolls which have sizes like hers. Seems that they almost never appear on the market since York seldomly makes them. That's why they're rumored to have outrageous prices at the auction. Maybe those who appeared in the past were generally of this size. Even those at Belle's place were of a similar size. I see. However, Miss Imelda, are you aware of the other dolls that studio made? Other dolls? How to put it, giant dolls that move on their own. The angel one and the big face? Are you talking about the wheel-working automatas? Should that be automatas or archaisms, I wonder? If anything, I'd say they're its specialty. Having orbalized them recently, they seem to be moving more elaborately. You knew about them? Don't you know them? Even that Arc-en-Ciel used them as stage settings. In their new piece, I'm sure that spear-wielding soldier was an automata. The one who was brandishing a spear was... really? In addition, it seems that almost all the complex stage settings were ordered to that studio. The illumination apparatus, the water-controlling one, the wire action too. It doesn't seem it's quite a known fact in society, though. Wow. It's true that I thought the stage apparatus used an impressive technology, but... then it means that even those angels and monsters are a variety of such gimmicks? Well, he hates people, he's eccentric, he's an old man with many mysteries, but... if he occasionally puts out a new product and makes me a profit, I don't have complaints. Thank you for your hard work. If something comes up again, I'll count on you. Yes. Pardon us. So with this, all the side quests are done for now. We have to go on to the main mission, but we're going to cash this in real quick just to see if there's anything special for it. Promotion is completely out of the picture because we have no chance of getting that with just just the aid that's offered here. But it did offer 5,000 Mira, which is a little something. Sad part is, at this stage of the game, money doesn't really do much. We're going to need a little bit to get the ultimate weapons, but that's kind of it. So yeah, when we pick up next time, it'll be story time. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.